Welcome to Wimborne Road. It's another bank holiday meeting here, bank holiday Monday. We've got the Poole #1 carpet cleaning Pirates taking on the Swindon Robins, and again a 12 noon start fixture. The teams today are Jack Holder at 1 for the Pirates, Richie Worrall at 2, Nicolai Klindt at 3, who's in some outstanding form at the moment. Grajczonek, the captain, rides at 4. Richard Lawson's in for an injured Brady Kurtz today. Brady got injured last Thursday in Heat 13 at Peterborough in a narrow defeat for the Pirates. So he's not recovered from his knock, so it's Richard Lawson in at #5 and for Brady Kurtz. Nico Covatti rides at #6 and Nicolaj Jakobsen rides at #7. So now we look at the Robins. The Robins have Jason Doyle at #1. #2, David Lampart is a no-show today. He got injured in Poland yesterday, so they're going to ride RR for David Lampart. Tobiasz Musielak is riding at #3. But rumours are he has an injury as well from a crash yesterday, but he's made it today. It'll be interesting to see how he goes. Adam Ellis, the Englishman, rides at #4. Troy Batchelor at #5. Zach Wajtknecht, first reserve at #6, and Ellis Perks comes in for James Shanes. James Shanes had a tough run with the Robins and unfortunately lost his job, and they brought in another Poole asset, Ellis Perks. So it's his first outing for the Robins today, and we're looking forward to seeing him. Now on the last visit to Wimborne Road for Swindon, it was a dusty meeting, it was a Good Friday meeting, and they gave us a bit of a drubbing. They won 53-37. Doyle had 14 that day, Batchelor had 14, and Tobiasz had 13 plus 2. So the Robins went big time in the winter and said we're going to have 3 big hitters, and that's exactly what happened to us last time. So they're now trying to add to the team by putting in Ellis Perks and trying to add points elsewhere in the team, which I think could see them go from strength to strength. On that day, our starlight was Nikolaj Klindt. He had 13 plus 1. So we're looking for a good meeting today. The track looks a little bit moister than it did on the Good Friday meeting. I think that they've made sure that we don't have the same problems with the dust. It's a bit overclouded. We've had a little shower sort of early on, but it was only a few drips, so some of the riders are a little bit concerned that it might be a little bit moist today, and it's going to take a couple of heats to sort of level itself out and get consistent. So, right, I'm here with Swindon Robins Jason Doyle. Jason, last time you came here it was 14 points for you, a little bit more dusty last time. Do you think it's going to get dusty today?
We don't know, mate, until we get out there. At the moment, I don't think it's going to be dusty. It's going to be a bit muddy in the first couple of heats. We just need to get off to a good start, and hopefully we can go from there. But we've got a bit of a team change today, and I think having a bit stronger reserves is going to be a key factor for us.
Well, you showed your strength at the top last time you were here. I think you picked up 14, Tobiasz had 13, and I think Batch had 14. So you really showed that the strength in the team was there at the top. So you need it to be backed up now, don't you?
Yeah, that's it. But it's a new day, and anything's possible. We know the Poole boys are very good around their home track, so we've got to come here and just get off to a good start, and hopefully we can carry it on all the way through the meeting, and we'll see what goes. The track's a little bit wet at the moment, but I think it's going to be good.
All good. Thanks for talking to us,
mate. Thank you very much.
Cheers, Jason.
So I'm with Poole Pirates Richard Lawson for the day. Thanks for coming and helping us out. In for Brady, 11 points last time we came here. How are you feeling about today?
Yeah, pretty good. Yeah, I like this place. Track's looking pretty good. Maybe a little bit patchy, but we'll see how it goes. It's well watered, so keep the dust down.
You're a rider that attacks the track anyway. You're one of those guys, and this is how you have to approach Poole, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that actually the harder you ride it, the easier it is. So no, like I said, I've done a few laps around here, and it's good to get the guests booking in, and yeah, see what we can do.
Well, let's hope it goes well for you. We're hoping it goes well for you, and yeah, good luck for the whole day.
Thanks, guys.
So, Ellis Perks, you signing for Swindon Robins. Pleased to be back in the Prem?
Yeah, definitely. It's always an achievement to be in the top flight, and that's the goal for the season. So we've achieved that. Now we just got to get out there and see what we can do.
Absolutely. Is there any fear of coming into it for you? Is it something you've been and done meetings before? You can't fear this, can you? You've got to grasp the chance with both hands, haven't you, really?
Exactly. It's just another meeting at the end of the day. It's where I want to be. I want to be racing the best in the best league, earning the best kind of money. I've had experience with it before, a couple of seasons ago with Ryehouse, and I'm in the form of my life right now, so I think we just got to see what we can do.
Well, it's going to be a good signing for Swindon. Does it take the pressure off that you've got like Jason, Tobiasz, Bratch? They're there to do. The pressure's on them really, because they went top heavy at the start of the year. So surely that doesn't make so much pressure on you guys. You've got a job to do at the bottom, I suppose.
Yeah, you know, everybody's got a job to do. Like you say, they are a bit top heavy, but if me and Zach can chip in anything in reserve, it all helps towards the total, you know. But no pressure, and it's good to have those top guys on your team. You know, everybody's helping me already with setups already, so it's good.
It really looks formidable reserve to add you to the team, in my opinion, and good luck today, and I hope it goes well for you.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Yeah. Cheers. I'm here with Nicolai, Busk, Jakobsen, our Pirates reserve. How's it been going since the start of the season? How have you felt coming into the team?
Well, it's been good to start with. Personally, I've struggled a little the past few meetings, but hopefully it will turn around today.
It's difficult to get used to the home track when we had like the last bank holiday meeting. It was so dusty and so dry, and now we're looking a little bit moist today.
Yeah, definitely. I've tried different engines every time because, like you said, it's been different every week, and today it looks, like you say, a bit moisturous today. So I've taken a little stronger one today. So hopefully that will pay off.
I think the fans don't realise how much effort you guys put in and how many things you try to make engines work. I think the fans see you just go off the tapes, and if you don't run a lead or a win, they think you're not trying or you're whatever. That couldn't be further from the point. From doing this job and getting to meet you guys are trying everything, you know.
Yeah, you know, like you spend a lot of time doing this sport, flying in and out and doing different meetings around Europe. And what really makes it hard is you got different engines in Denmark, you got different engines over here, and you know, like you all the time have to set your mind up for different engines and different way of starting as well. So it is hard, yeah.
Well, I actually visited Denmark, as you know. We were on the same flight on the way out. I was playing darts out there, and I visited Elstrup Speedway, and the dirt on there was so deep, but it was a different colour to here. So even the material from country to country must change, so then that makes it very difficult to set up as well.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you know, pre-season you just sort of like look at all the engines you have in the workshop and think, these engines are good for England and these will be good for Denmark. So you already have to make a call early in the season, and you know, when the season's going, it's difficult to change too much to your engines, because then you'll be too far from what you really started on. So yeah.
I remember talking to Hans Andersen about things like this, and him sneaking engines in hand luggage and stuff, trying to get engines swapped from one country to the other. Good luck today. We're rooting for you, and hopefully it'll be a Pirates win.
Yeah, definitely. I think so.
Cheers, mate.
Thank you.
Yeah. Right, and here with Swindon Robins' Adam Ellis. Adam, last time you visited, it was a little bit dustier than today.
Yeah, well, we ain't started yet. It's sun's not out, so hopefully there won't be so much dust, and track's looking pretty moist, so hopefully it'll be good.
I was saying to Richard Lawson, you're another rider that really attracts the track, and that's what you've got to do here at Poole, isn't it? You can't ride this place tentatively.
Yeah, I think so, especially with the way it's looking today. It looks a little bit patchy, and it's going to be tricky, and yeah, obviously the more you attack it when the track's patchy, the easier it is. But yeah, it's going to be a fun day. I think we've got a long day ahead of us, so try not to go too mad.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of people don't realise how difficult it is to ride 2 meetings in one day.
It's not ideal, but yeah, it's not like we've got two one after the other, so we've got a bit of a gap between, and nice little drive up to Swindon. So hopefully get some time, get some shut eye, and some time to chill out, and then go again tonight. But yeah, it's going to be tricky today. We've got RR for David, and Toby's got a pretty sore shoulder after his crash yesterday. So hopefully we can finish the day with the team we started with.
Well, you started strong here on Good Friday. You got out of the traps and left the Poole guys behind. Give a bit of a drubbing with 53 points. I'm sure you're all looking for that again today. League says that you're down in 6th place, but you haven't ridden as many meetings as others.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got a pretty good record from being here over the last couple of years. So hopefully we can get off to a good start like normal. It's always handy having Doyle in Heat 1. So yeah, we're going to look to try and, you know, start the meeting strong and just do what we've been doing here for the last few years.
All good. Thanks, mate. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Cheers, Alan.
So, here was Swindon team manager Alan Roscoe. Rossiter, even, Alan. Go again. Right. Here was Swindon team manager Alan Rossiter, because I call him Roscoe, I keep getting it wrong. 53 points last time you visited. Is that what you're looking for again today?
Be nice, but yeah, no, it's going to be tough. Toby's struggling with a shoulder injury. Lampart's done a hand in Poland, so we're going to be up against it today, I think.
I mean, last time you came, we all knew sort of pre-season that you'd gone top heavy with the team, and you came here and Doyle picked up 14, Tobiasz picked up 13, Batch picked up 14, and you really showed why you went that way, because it won the meeting early doors.
Yeah, I know, but as I said, you know, I think it'll be a different kettle of fish today. Toby, I can't see him last in the meeting. I wish he'd told me before now, otherwise I'd have put a guest in for him.
Ellis Perks comes in. Ellis is a full asset, I know, but he comes in for James Shanes.
Yeah, unfortunately James just struggling. He just, you know, he's giving a lot of people head starts, you know, and he can't do that in this league. And he's just struggling. I think his equipment needed to be a little bit quicker, but you know, it's all about spending money, but not everybody's got that kind of money. So I had a chat with him and just said, look, you know, and he's probably doing him no favours as well, but it's struggling and just getting deflated every week.
Well, I suppose you had a similar sort of situation with Jack Smith last year, didn't you? And you stuck with him and stuck with him and stuck with him, and it's just a case of how long can you do that with riders?
Well, the only reason I stuck with Jack last year is there was no other. It was like for like. There was nobody that you could come in. I at least think that Ellis can come in, and I looked at his scores, what he's been scoring. Championship now. You know, I'm confident he can get 3 or 4 points for me.
He looks in some good form, and I think it's a great signing for you. I've spoken to him earlier, and he's looking real confident, feeling confident about what he's going to come in and do for you. So he's a handsome fella. You can relate to that.
He's quite funny. He is a confident lad. I do like it. I do like the confidence in him. As long as it goes out on track, I don't care.
Just like it did for you, my friend.
That's right. Always a good times here. Always a good times here at Poole.
Thanks for talking to us, mate.
All right.
I always love it. Always love it. It's always entertaining.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Cheers, buddy. So here with Neil Middleditch, Poole team manager. Neil, 53 points the Robins got last time they were here. We're not hoping for that again, surely?
No, hopefully not. I think you know, it was a bit of a drubbing, wasn't it? But yeah, no, time's marched on. Hopefully we can. The track looks a bit better today, and hopefully we can make amends for that.
Yeah, we've obviously got Richard Lawson in for Brady. We're really a little bit unfortunate. He got injured for us on Thursday, trying to make a big move, and that's always sad. But Richard does a good job here. 11 points for him last time he was here, so we're looking forward to having him, aren't we?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, it was difficult today to find a rider because obviously there's so many meetings going on. But yeah, it was nice for Richard to step in, and as you say, you know, he's had some good form around here, and hopefully he can show us today.
That's true. The Robins look a little bit depleted. Injury to Tobiasz. Roscoe's just telling us. So, you know, if we can get off to a good start, there's no reason why I feel we can't have both meetings today.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Obviously, wish Tobiasz all the best, but you know, it's Speedway, isn't it? We go to the territory, the amount of meetings these boys are doing. Sadly, you know, they're going to get knocks, and yeah, it's happened to us before, and it could happen again, but hopefully not. But yeah, it's a shame that we can only race what we put in front of you.
Exactly right. Thanks ever so much, mate.
Cheers, Scott. Thanks, mate.
Well, good to hear there from Midlow, Roscoe, and the riders as well, and many thanks to Scott for conducting the interviews. He's getting good at these, isn't he? Heat number 1, the riders are out on track. We have got Jack Holder coming out in red, Richie Worrall is in blue, Jason Doyle is in white, and Zach Wajtknecht takes a ride replacement ride in yellow. Heat 1's underway and into the first turn, and it's a good start by the rider in red. That is Jack Holder, but Doyle has made an extra and an equally good one, and it is he that leads the way. Down the back straight out, third and fourth bend, and it is Doyle who's out in front from Holder in second place. In third spot it is Worrall with Wajtknecht at the back. So Swindon, of course, well, they had a terrific match here at Easter where they saw off the Pirates very comfortably indeed by 53 points to 37. It really was a black day for the Pirates. If you're a Poole fan, in more ways than one, it's very, very dusty, we remember, and well, hopefully they can keep the dust down today. Of course, it's May Day May bank holiday, late May bank holiday. We can reconvene up at the Abbey Stadium tonight. We're hearing some good reports of the racing up at Swindon. As heat number 1, the win's going to go to Doyle. He takes the checkered flag. Holder chased him hard, but has to settle the second. Third spot goes to Worrall with Wajtknecht at the back. We open up with a shared heat in race number 1. Doyle straight back to the pits, as will Wajtknecht be, because he's due out in heat number 2. As Jason just walks back serenely after opening up with that victory. Heat number 2 then, riders at track, out on track. Nico Covatti off gate number 1. Zach Wajtknecht off gate number 2. Nikolaj Busk Jakobsen comes out of gate number 3. And Ellis Perks, recent signing by Swindon, coming to replace James Shanes, who of course James, well, unfortunately, not only lost his team place at Swindon this year, he lost his team place around about the same time last year when he was a Pirate, of course, so not really working out in the Premiership for Shane James, unfortunately. Heat number 2, referee Dave Robinson releases the tapes, and into that first bend as they come towards us. A good start by the rider in red, that is Covatti. He leads the way. Perks has moved through into second place, although here comes Busk Jakobsen. It's tight between those 2 riders. Perks on the outside of Busk Jakobsen. All action in heat number 2 now. Jakobsen has come through into second place. Perks is in third. Wajtknecht looks like he's going to fail to score from his first 2 rides. He has been struggling in the reserve berth. There's Zach, who's been doing well for Birmingham in the Championship, but the Premiership has been a bit tougher for him, as Covatti it is who leads the way. Nico scored paid 8 in Poole's last meeting, which was at Peterborough. By all accounts, it was an absolute epic encounter, resulted in a 2-point win for the Panthers, with Jack Holder, well, he top score with paid 11 for Poole. Brady, he scored 10. Of course, Brady unfortunately missing here this morning, and he will be missing this evening as well, as Nico Covatti. Well, Pirates will be happy that he's here. He's won heat number 2. Busk Jakobsen joins him for a 5-1 in that one. Ellis Perks, well, he was having a good battle there with the Dane for second place, but just got slightly out of control on that top turn, and Jakobsen was able to come through into second place to 5-1 for Poole. The first heat advantage of the day goes to the number 1 cleaning carpet Pirates. Plenty of home support, as you can see and hear, as Nico makes his way back to the pits, the first race winner for the Pirates. Heat number 3, and this one which sees Tobiasz Musielak coming out of gate number 1. He had a crash yesterday, but he's declared himself fit to race here today. He's off gate number 1. Grajczonek is off gate number 2. Gate number 3 sees Adam Ellis. He's just recently signed for Birmingham in the Championship, so he was certainly missing out on a few extra meetings. That wasn't quite enough for him just in the Premiership, so he's pleased to have got fixed up with Birmingham, who he rode for back in the National League days. Rode at number 1 for them in that, and now he rides at number 1 for them in the Championship. Ellis off gate 3. Klindt, Nicolai Klindt comes out of gate number 4. Nikolaj, well, he was absent last week at Peterborough. Danny King came in as a guest and scored paid 5 in Nikolaj's absence. Heat number 3 gets underway. Out of the start, it's a good gate there by Klindt off gate number 4. He leads the way down the back straight. In second place it is Adam Ellis, the former Pirate. Here comes Grajczonek on the inside of Ellis. Tobiasz Musielak, well, he's at the back. Problems there for Ellis, and well, he's gone from second to last place. As out in front, it is Nikolaj Klindt who leads the way then from Grajczonek in second place. Tobiasz Musielak is back in third, although well, there's a terrible crash there as Musielak, well, he came down on that fourth bend, lost control, and well, he's already carrying an injury, and well, he's could be carrying an even bigger one after that. And well, we'll take another look here. We can see what happened to Adam Ellis. He was having trouble on that far end. He's notoriously had a hole at times on that bend, and well, you can see just about caught to Musielak going into the air fence. Thank goodness that Adam Ellis was able to avoid him, but that will be a disqualification for Tobiasz, and well, we do hope that he's okay after that spill. The Poole crowd looking on, and well, it's good to see that he has got back to his feet. The race well, has been awarded as a 5-1 for the home side, their second in a row. So Klindt gets the win, Grajczonek second, Adam Ellis awarded third. Nothing there for Tobiasz, but at least he's walking back under his own steam to the pits. Heat number 4, and the line-up for this one, it sees Ellis Perks coming out off of gate number 1. Gate number 2 sees Nicolai Busk Jakobsen, who beat Ellis in heat number 2, of course the reserves race. Gate number 3, that sees Troy Batchelor, his first ride of the day, and off gate number 4 the same for Richard Lawson, who's coming in as a replacement for Brady Kurtz here today. As the race gets underway, Batchelor's made a good start off of gate number 3, leads away, although he's gone out wide there. Track conditions a bit patchy here today, as Lawson is who's come through to lead the way, and Batchelor now is having all sorts of problems. He doesn't seem happy with track conditions. It is Lawson that leads the way from Perks in second place. In third spot Busk Jakobsen, and remember Nicolai, well, he found a way past Ellis in heat number 2, and he's going to have to try and do so again here in race number 4. As well, getting a bit close up there of someone's left ear, as out in front is Richard Lawson, who leads the way. They start the final lap. Ellis Perks riding well in second place, also rides for Leicester in the National Development League, does Ellis, and he's chasing home Richard Lawson in this one. It is Richard who wins the race. Second place goes to Perks, third spot to Busk Jakobsen. A 4-2 for the home side. Batchelor got in all sorts of problems there. I think he may even just clip the back wheel of Richard Lawson, and well, that was all she wrote as regards Troy is concerned. It is a 4-2 for Poole, doing much better than they did here against Swindon a few weeks ago at Easter on Good Friday. It was anything but a Good Friday for the Pirates, although they had drawn at Swindon the previous evening. A 4-2, they now lead by 10. Heat number 5, the riders out on track. Nicolai Klindt comes out off gate number 1. Ellis Perks is off gate number 2. Grajczonek is off gate number 3. And off gate number 4 is Jason Doyle, who looked very impressive in his first race when he got the win. Doyle, well, not unexpectedly, he is top of the Premiership averages this year. Well, we would say he's the only rider in the World Championship that qualified from last season for the World Championship, who's riding in Britain. But of course also we have got Robert Lambert now, who's had an outing at his meeting at Warsaw, coming in for Greg Hancock, who is unfortunately not racing at the moment due to the health concerns of his lovely wife Jenny. Heat number 5 then gets underway as they come towards the stall. Again has made a fast start, this time off gate number 4. He leads the way down the back straight from in second place Nicolai, Klindt, Grajczonek and Ellis Perks, who's getting an injured rider replacement outing in this one. He is at the back. So Jason Doyle is who leads the way, showing exactly why he is the top. He is top of the averages in the Premiership. He's out in front. Swindon, well, their last match was at Bellevue a week ago, last Monday, where they went down to a 49-41 defeat, just missing out on a consolation point with Jason. Well, he top score with paid 15 from his 6 rides at the National Speedway Stadium. He's leading with a lap to go here at Wimborne Road. This looks like being 2 wins out of 2. He really is a bit of a class apart in this division. He's going to come around the former Poole rider way back in the day. He wins heat number 5. Second place goes to Klindt. Third spot to Grajczonek. Nothing there for Ellis Perks for the first time today. but it's not for the first time that Doyle gets a win. That's 2 rides and 2 victories for the Swindon talisman. Klindt second, Grajczonek third. That is our second shared heat of the meeting, and it does mean that Poole will still maintain their 10-point advantage, 20 points to them, 10 points to Swindon, a third of the way through this encounter. Heat number 6, next one up, Troy Batchelor, who didn't look happy in his first ride. He comes out of gate number 1. Jack Holder comes out of gate number 2. He chased home Doyle in the opening race. Gate number 3, Wajtknecht hasn't scored so far from his 2 rides. And from the outside is Richie Worrall, who got paid second in his first outing. Richie, well, he had a very disappointing meeting at Peterborough last week where he failed to score from his rides. That was very, very disappointing for him. He has struggled a bit as Richie this year on occasions. Certainly the form of some of the Poole riders is of a concern to Midlow and Matt Ford. Heat number 6 gets underway as they come towards us. Worrall's made a good start, but so has Troy Batchelor. Batchelor is who leads the way, but here comes Worrall around the outside. He's moved through in the first place then. Richie Worrall leads the way from Troy Batchelor in second. Jack Holder is in third, and Wajtknecht will again not getting out of the start. He is at the back. It is another heat advantage for Poole, so they seem to be putting behind them the massive disappointment of their 16-point defeat by their arch rivals, the Swindon Robins at Easter time. As again we get a great shot of that person's left ear. It's very tight here, pretty good crowd here at Poole today, as you would expect for a bank holiday Monday meeting, as Worrall, it is who leads the way, so he's going to go from a last in his first ride to a win in his second outing. Batchelor in second, Jack Holder in third. It's going to be another 4-2 for Poole. That's their 4th heat advantage in the opening 6 races. A couple of 4-2s included in those. That was another one, as Worrall got round the outside of Batchelor, and that was all she wrote. 24-12 the lead after 6 races. Alan Ross will be a little bit concerned. Perhaps maybe a tax sub in the next. Heat number 7, and well, in actual fact Wajtknecht has come out to replace Tobiasz Musielak, who's pulled out of the meeting after his fall in heat number 3. No surprise there, the race is underway. No surprise, it is Adam Ellis who leads the way then. Ellis held in front from the 2 Pirates. In second and third, Covatti and Lawson. Wajtknecht is at the back. He's just not getting out of the starts here today. It seems to have been what's been happening to him all season in the Premiership. He has been struggling for his points as the young Bristolian. 2 laps down, 2 to go, and it is Adam Ellis who leads the way. He's been scoring very encouragingly for Swindon this year. Scored paid 11 in that 8-point defeat at the National Speedway Stadium last week. Troy Batchelor, he scored well as well. He got 11 points as they are on the final lap, and it looks as if Ellis is, well, he's stripped ahead, as you can see. He's going to take the win in this one as he comes across the line, the 3rd race winner in the opening 7 races for the Robins. Second place goes to Covatti. Lawson in third, nothing there for Wajtknecht for the 3rd race in a row. A shared heat, 27 points now to Poole, 15 to Swindon, and the Robins, well, they are up against it somewhat now following the withdrawal of Tobiasz Musielak. Heat number 8, and the lineup, well, it sees Nicolai, Busk, Jakobsen coming out off gate number 1. Ellis Perks is off gate number 2, coming out for his 4th ride of the meeting. Gate number 3, that sees Richie Worrall. Well, he said he got a last in his first ride. Of course, he got a paid second, so apologies to Richie for that. He beat Wajtknecht in heat number 1. So he's on paid 5 so far. He comes out off gate number 3. Potentially his easiest ride of the meeting, and Adam Ellis, well, he takes an injured ride replacement outing in this one off of gate number 4. David Lampart, as we heard, he got injured in Poland yesterday. He's slotted in pretty well to the Swindon team this year, as David, some 7-8 years since he last rode in this country. Heat number 8 at 27.15 the lead at the moment as the race gets underway into that first bend, and it's a good start in fact by the two Pirates in first and second, but the red lights are on. The race has been stopped by Mr. Robinson, and well, a bit difficult to tell from where we were. It could have been the rider in red possibly that moved at the start, but well, we understand in fact that it's the rider in white. It is Adam Ellis who was guilty there of a starting offence. He'll be have to watch himself in the rerun. So second time around then for heat number 8, 27.15 the lead. Worrall, Jakobsen, Ellis, Perks is the line-up. Not Ellis Perks, Adam Ellis and Ellis Perks. The race is underway, and down the back straight. Always problems there for Adam Ellis. He got sent out wide there by Worrall, who leads the way. Richie out in front then from Ellis Perks in second. Busk, Jakobsen in third. The third time that these two have met, of course. And at the moment it is 2-1 to Ellis Perks. He's leading Busk, Jakobsen. It is a 4-2 for the home side though, and this could see them move into a 14-point advantage as out in front it is Richie Worrall, who's heading towards what would be his second race win of the meeting. He leads the way, big lead that he's got as well over Perks in second place. In third spot it is Busk Jakobsen, with Adam Ellis having missed out on that first bend. He finishes at the back, failing to score for the first time today. A 4-2 for Poole. They really are pretty dominant here during this meeting. They now lead by 31 points to 17 as Richie Worrall, well, he's doing well today. That's paid 8 from his first 3 rides. We said this might be potentially be his easiest ride of the meeting, and he won it in fine style in heat number 8, coming round to receive the applause. We move on to heat number 9, and the line-up for this one. We have got Josh Grajczonek coming out of gate number 1. Troy Batchelor is off gate number 2. Gate number 3, Nicolai Klindt, and from the outside, no surprise, Jason Doyle takes a tactical substitution ride off of gate number 4. So Doyle, who's been quite superb so far, 2 rides and 2 victories. Can he make the gate off of 4 as he did in his last ride? Heat number 5. As the race gets underway, they come towards us, and Troy Batchelor, he's looking for his teammate, but Jason Doyle, he's coming back on the inside there. A clever move there by Doyle, but out in front is Batchelor that leads the way then. As Jason Doyle, in fact, oh, well, that's a very rare sight indeed. Jason Doyle, the 2007 world champion, he takes a fall there. The red flags are out. And well, we certainly did not expect that. Jason has been absolutely superb so far in this meeting, but he's lane strewn on the track, as you can see. And well, we're going to have to take another look at this one. Doyle, well, he was on the outside gate position. He decided early to cut back on the inside, and he got through past Josh Grajczonek, and then he was making a challenge on Nikolaj Klindt, but he got it wrong here, and he's gone out wide, and well, similar place where Musielak had his fall, isn't it? So there's certainly some issues there, I would imagine, on that part of the track. So we have had there's always been a hole on that third bend, but well, perhaps it seems to move around to the fourth bend now. But good to see that Jason, who's had more than his fair share of injuries over the years, of course, that he is back to his feet, but a very rare exclusion for the Robins number 1 talisman and captain. So Troy Batchelor, well, he's going to have to do it from the start again in this one. He was leading when the race was stopped, of course, and Swindon, well, they were on their way to a heat advantage, but the best they can hope for is a shared race now as heat number 9 gets underway second time around, and Batchelor, well, again, he's made a good start. He was between the 2 Pirates riders there, but he still leads the way from Klindt in second place. Grajczonek is back in third. It is a shared race then, as Troy Batchelor is who leads the way. Poole, they've certainly been in control in the first half of the meeting, and it looks like they're going to maintain their 14-point lead with just 6 heats to go. So they shouldn't really lose from this stage. Of course, the Pirates, well, they have been the comeback kings this year so far. They were 16 points behind, I think, at Bellevue after 7 or 8 races, and come back and stunningly captured a draw with a 5-1 from Jack and Brady in heat number 15. That was quite phenomenal. They will not want to give away this 14-point lead that they're going to have after 9 races. Batchelor, he's going to come round and win his first race of the meeting. Second place goes to Klindt, third spot to Grajczonek. A shared heat in that one then. That's our 4th of the meeting. First race winner for Troy. 34 to Poole, 20 points to Swindon. Heat number 10, next one up, and Richie Worrall, well, he's been showing some great form in the last couple of rides. He's off gate number 1, Adam Ellis is off gate number 2, Jack Holder comes out of gate number 3, Ellis Perks, who's coming out to replace Tobiasz Musielak. Well, he doesn't quite know it as yet, but he has been disqualified under the 2-minute time allowance. He was at the start line, then went back to the pits, and the 2-minute time allowance came up, so I'm afraid he's got to start off 15 metres. He will not be happy about that, nor will Roscoe, no doubt about that. So it's going to be tough for Ellis off of gate number 4, 15 metres back as heat number 10 gets underway. And into that first bend, well, it is Jack Holder, who hasn't seen fresh air in front of him so far today, but he is in this one. He leads the way. Richie Worrall, another good start. He's in second place. Adam Ellis is in third, with Ellis perked off of that 15-metre handicap. He's about that far behind at the end of the opening lap. Down the back straight, then it is Holder who leads the way from Richie Worrall in second place. He hasn't dropped a point since he's paid second in his first ride. This will be paid 11 from his 4 rides. Could well get an extra outing in the nominated race. Under pressure from Adam Ellis. It is a 4-5-1 for the home side. This will see them move 18 points in front. Close it is for second and third. Adam Ellis on the inside, Richie Worrall on the outside. There's going to be no way past for Ellis. It's going to be a 5-1 for Poole, and that is their third of the meeting. And well, that's almost put the match beyond Swindon's grasp. 18 points to lead with 5 races remaining. So good performance by Poole here today. Of course, these two teams may reconvene up at the Abbey Stadium tonight for the return fixture. Jack Holder showing some good form in that one. Heat number 11, well, that's great to see that Jason Doyle is able to take his place in this one after his spiel in heat number 9. He's off gate number 1. Gate number 2 sees Richard Lawson. He scored paid 5 so far. Gate number 3, Zach Wajtknecht, an injured rider replacement outing for him. Zach hasn't scored a point so far from his 4 outings. And from the outside, Nico Covatti, who's done very well. He scored 5 points from his 2 rides. So heat number 11, Poole, they could almost sew the match up in this one. Well, it's going to be tough with Doyle in the race, of course, as the heat gets underway. Jason has made a good start, and there's a crashing fall there as Richard Lawson and Zach Wajtknecht, well, they have come down, and well, a big spill there in that one. We're going to have to take another look at that. The 2 riders, well, they are down on the ground, and as the riders came out of the start, it was Jason Doyle who made the best gate, but Richard Lawson, well, it's just a collision there between him and Zach. No blame can be apportioned to either rider, and well, Doyle just coming over to see how Wajtknecht is. And we're just pulling at the air fence. They want to get from underneath there, the air fence, but it does suck the riders in, unfortunately. And well, it looks like we can see the head of Richard Lawson, so that's a great sign, obviously. So Richard, well, he is back to his feet, and now, well, we just hope that Zach can also get up. And well, that's great to see that at least he's sitting up. So he looks as if he's going to, well, he'll be able to get back to the pits under his own steam. It almost certainly can do that, but let's hope we can see him in the rerun of heat number 11. All 4 riders have been invited back for it, as Adam Ellis will just pull Zach back to his feet. Sporting applause from the fans to the side of us. Big spill there in heat 11. All 4 riders hopefully will be back out for the rerun. And well, indeed they are. That just shows how tough these riders are, doesn't it? So they remind you of the lineup: Doyle off 1, Lawson off 2, Wajtknecht off 3, Covatti from the outside. The rerun of heat number 11. It's underway and into that first bend. Well, it's a good start again by Jason Doyle. He leads the way from, in second place, Richard Lawson. Zach Wajtknecht is in third. Here comes Covatti on the inside of Wajtknecht, and Zach, will he hit problems? I think, well, he did hit that hole that we spoke about, and well, it certainly is still there, and the race, well, it has been stopped, so it's been a disastrous meeting for the young Bristolian here this afternoon now, of course, as it is, out of the start. And well, he'd only just picked himself up, of course, from that crashing fall, the first staging of heat number 11. And well, he was under pressure there from Covatti. He hit the hole, I think it was, and he's come down. And he has been disqualified as being the cause of the stoppage. Doyle will be out by himself. Good to see Zach back on his feet. So quickly onto the rerun of heat number 11, the second staging of it, or third staging of it, the second rerun. And well, this time Jason Doyle has not made a good start. It is Nico Covatti who leads the way then. So the Argentinian who rides on an Italian licence, it is who leads the way. He's had a win in a second place so far, and he's leading the 2017 World Champion. Back in second place, in third spot it is Richard Lawson. It is a 4-2 for Swindon, and this would put them 20 points up, and or in fact it may not happen, because Jason Doyle is coming around the outside of Nico. Cracking action in heat number 11, some of the best races of the meeting so far, and Doyle, well, he's got through into the lead, and well, brilliant piece of riding there to find a way past Covatti. He's pulling out a bigger lead now. The checker flag is out. What was a 4-2 has become a 3-all, so it's not a 20-point lead, it remains at 18, but still the Pirates have almost got this Premiership encounter in the can. But this is a tremendous move by Jason Doyle to get around the outside, showing his undoubted class there in heat 11. We finally get a result. Doyle, Covatti, Lawson, Wajtknecht, 42-24. 4 heats remain. Heat number 12, and well, great to see that Zach Wajtknecht's able to take his place. You thought he might have thrown in the towel after the experiences he's had here this afternoon. Nicolai Klindt off 2, Adam Ellis off 3, Nikolaj Busk Jakobsen off gate number 4. Heat number 12, it is underway, and out of the start, well, it's a good start there by Nicolai Klindt. He leads the way down the back straight. In second place, it is close. Busk Jakobsen on the outside. Oh, in fact, now Busk Jakobsen, well, he's had a fall as well. So we're seeing plenty of crashes, unfortunately, as Jakobsen, well, he's another rider to come down on that infamous third bend. And well, we can see it again. Maybe a case that perhaps we need to get the motorway blade in on this Swindon Road circuit. They've had one here before in the previous years, but the riders, well, they are struggling to stay on their machines, aren't they? And Busk Jakobsen were back to his feet, but he's been disqualified as being the cause of the stoppage. Klindt will be out by himself against Ellis and Wajtknecht. So second attempt at heat number 12. We're seeing a few reruns now, aren't we? Second half of this meeting. As well, in fact, there's Nicolai Klindt. He starts tapes, and there's problems there for Zach Wajtknecht as the tapes. He's got tangled with them. Well, if I was Zach, I'd definitely throw in the towel now. It really has not been his meeting at all. Poor Zach Wajtknecht as Nicolai Klindt. Well, he's hit the tapes, but then the tapes have got trapped around Zach Wajtknecht, and that can cause quite a serious burn. And Zach, well, he soon got off his bike, but he's holding his neck. It really has been a disastrous couple of heats for Zach. And well, Nicolai has been disqualified as being the cause of the stoppage. Will he come out of 15 metres, or will a reserve come in? And well, the answer is that Nico Covatti will take his place. Of course, the only rider that could, because Busk Jakobsen has been disqualified at the last stage in this, and well, you've got to give credit to Wajtknecht. He has come out for this rerun as well, as Adam Ellis it is who leads the way. He's had one win so far in his 4 rides. Hasn't had his last couple of races have only provided 1 point, but he's could be getting 3 in this one. He leads heat number 12 with Covatti coming out for an extra ride. He's in second place ahead of the very spirited Wajtknecht, who looks like he's going to score his first point of the meeting in his 5th ride. It really has been a bit of a disaster for Zach, and he's got a neck burn to thank for, or get for his efforts as well. As they start the final lap, Adam Ellis looks as if he's going to collect his 2nd win of the meeting. Quality young English rider. Of course, he lives in France, where his father runs a public house, we understand. So fluent in French and very fluent out on the bike there. He wins heat number 12. 2nd place goes to Covatti, picking up the extra ride following Klindt's disqualification. Wajtknecht scores a 1st point. Well done, Zach. Busk Jakobsen hasn't been excluded. The match, well, it is 1 for Poole. They lead by 16, 3 races to go. So heat number 13 then. And well, it certainly has been an eventful meeting, hasn't it? All these riders, well, it's running quite late now, and the riders, they've got to get changed and then get their bikes up to the Abbey Stadium for tonight's 7:30 start. So they're not going to have too much time. I shouldn't think they'll be cleaning their bikes or Kevlars before tonight. The lineup for this one: Jack Holder off 1, Jason Doyle off 2, Richard Lawson is off 3, and Troy Batchelor, who won his last ride, he comes out off gate number 4. Jason Doyle, of course, well, he's had 3 wins out of 4 rides so far. Just that 1 disqualification against his name. So heat number 13, no repeat for the Robins of their 16-point victory here on Good Friday, as the Pirates well, have been dominant from the outset. Obviously missing Brady Kurtz, but Richard Lawson, he's done a pretty good job as a guest. Swindon, well, they've been up against it following Tobiasz Musielak's fall in his opening ride as the race gets underway, and well, now we've got the dust billowing up as well, so something else for the riders to contend with, not just the hole on the 3rd and 4th peg. They've now got to try and see through the dust bowl, as Jason Doyle is who leads the way from Troy Batchelor in 2nd place. 3rd spot is Jack Holder. Richard Lawson, he looks as if he could be failing to score for the first time today, as Jason Doyle leads the way for the first time today. It could be a 5-1 for the Robins. They're still in with a chance of getting a consolation point. They're going to need some heat advantage in the last 2 races though to get that. This will put them 12 points down with 2 races remaining, as Doyle leisurely look over his right shoulder, sees his fellow teammate and countryman Troy Batchelor in 2nd place. 3rd spot to Jack Holder. Lone Brit Richard Lawson bringing up the rear. It is a 5-1 for Swindon then, something for their fans to cheer about. Obviously quite a good contingent have come up. We understand a coach has come down from Wiltshire for this fixture. That's great to see. It's been a while since we've had one of those here, I think, as Doyle and Batchelor score a 5-1. So heat number 14, and well, Swindon, they need a heat advantage in this one if they're going to have any chance of losing just by 6 points. They need a 4-2 and a 5-1 over the last 2 races. Can Adam Ellis and Ellis Perks provide that in this one? Nico Covatti off gate number 2. Grajczonek hasn't won a race so far, the Poole captain. He comes out off of gate number 4. As the riders just settle at the start line then. So heat number 14, it is underway as they come towards us. A good start there by Adam Ellis, another fast gate. He leads the way, although here comes Grajczonek around the outside. He's got a good run and he moves through in the first place in third spot. Oh, in fact, there's a problem there as Ellis Perks, well, he has come down. Yet again, that third bend, the entrance into that third bend has caused problems. The riders, well, they're not aware of it yet. I think they just about are now through the dust as Perks, well, he is down on the ground. And, well, let's hope that he's okay after that spill. Out of the start, we can see it again. And well, it's a good start by Adam Ellis, but Josh Grajczonek, the wide run around the outside, he took the lead. Ellis Perks was at the back, but he just hit problems going into that third bend, bailed out. He is okay, as you can see. He has been disqualified from that one, though. Ellis out by himself. So the rerun of heat 14, of course, what it does mean is that Swindon cannot get a consolation point now, because the best they can hope for is a 3-all in this one, and they already trail by 12 points. So Poole have collected 3 points, Swindon have gone home pointless. Heat number 14, the rerun gets underway. Ellis has made a start, he leads the way. Remember what happened when Josh Grajczonek came around the outside. He's going to make the same move here, he has indeed. As the Poole captain, well, he leads the way from Adam Ellis in second place. Nico Covatti is back in third. Nico, well, he's had a very consistent meeting. He's scored in each of his rides so far. Looks like he's going to finish with 10 points from his 5 outings, so that's a good return from the reserve berth. As Grajczonek, well, he's had a steady day as well. This will be paid 10 from his 4 races as he leads the way down the back straight. Adam Ellis in second place. Covatti in third. The riders spaced out in this one. Poole, well, they're going to move into a 14-point lead if they stay, if the positions remain unaltered. Grajczonek it is who leads the way, could get an extra nominated race with this victory. In heat number 14, he comes round, he takes the checker flag. Second place goes to Adam Ellis, third spot to Nico Covatti. It is a 4-2 for Poole then. And Grajczonek, well, once again, he went out very wide indeed and built up the speed and easily found a way past Adam Ellis, who I'm pretty sure knew what was coming. A 4-2 for Poole, 14 points in front, 1 race remains. To the final race then of what has been a very incident-packed meeting, we have got Adam Ellis. He comes out off gate number 1. Gate number 2 sees Richie Worrall, certainly deserving of his place in this nominated race. He's only dropped 1 point so far, and that was in his opening ride to the opposition. Gate number 3 sees Troy Batchelor. From the outside it is Jack Holder, who has had 1 win so far today. The race is underway. Batchelor has made a good start off gate number 3. He leads the way down the back straight. So Batchelor, he's certainly done well after a retirement in his first ride, where he had problems on that third and fourth bend. He's only dropped 1 point to the Pirates since then, and he could be finishing with a double figure return. He leads the way from Holder in second place. Adam Ellis in third. This is 7th ride for Adam. Lucky he's a fit young man. He's back in third, clean living as well, as well, most of these speedway riders are. Of course, the fitness levels have increased drastically over the last few years. It really is that they do take it very, very seriously indeed. As Troy Batchelor, well, he's taking this one seriously. Looks like he's going to collect his 2nd win of the meeting, and this will be paid 11 from him. It'll be a 4-2 for Swindon, but it won't be enough to take any points back to the Abbey Stadium. Batchelor wins it. 2nd place goes to Holder. 3rd spot to Ellis. Nothing there for Richie Worrall in his final ride. That's a shame for Richie. So he'd only dropped 1 point from his first 4 rides, but he hasn't been out since heat number 10, so it's a big ask to come out in heat number 15 against 2 of the best Swindon riders. Of course, surprising no Jason Doyle in that one. Maybe just feeling the effects of that crash in heat number 9, but Batch, he gets the win. Holder 2nd, Ellis 3rd, Worrall at the back. A 51-39 victory for Poole. And here come the Pirates on their lap of honour. We'll give you tonight's, or this afternoon's point scorers rather. For Swindon, Jason Doyle, 12 points from 5 rides. may have got a maximum. Of course, that fall in his third outing. Tobiasz Musielak, we had that fall in his first ride. Unfortunately, didn't see him again. Hopefully, he will recover pretty significantly, although I don't think he'll be riding tonight at Swindon. Adam Ellis, busy afternoon for him, 11 points from his 7 rides, including 2 victories. Troy Batchelor paid 11 after retirement in his first ride. He did well. Wajtknecht, it was a troubled afternoon for Zach, but he tried very hard. 1 point from his 6 rides. Ellis Perks, he chipped in with 5 points from his 6 outings, always in the thick of the action for Poole. Jack Holder, well, he scored 9 points from his 5 rides, including 1 victory. Richie Worrall, and we're talking to Richie, there he is in the picture, receiving the Man of the Match award. Richie, he scored 9 and 2 bonus from his 5 rides, top scoring for the Pirates, hence he's the Man of the Match here this afternoon. Nicolai Klindt, he scored 7 from his 4 rides, well 3 really, because he was disqualified in his last ride for a tapes offence. Grajczonek, he did well, paid 10 from his 4 rides. Richard Lawson, 5 and 2 from his 4, coming in to replace Brady. Nico Covatti did well, 10 from his 5 outings for the likeable Argentinian. And Nikolaj Jakobsen, he scored 4 and 1 from his 4 outings. So very much an all-round team performance by Poole here today. A 51-39 victory, and we all head off up to hopefully sunny Wiltshire for the return clash between these 2 teams. I'm sure it promises to be another great encounter between Swindon and Poole, but that wraps it up from Wimborne Road as Richie signs the autographs for the youngsters. Until next time, it's goodbye from Rerun Productions.